So we are discussing that why it's important, why this tool is important uh, to discuss to do different tasks on this tool. So actually, this is very useful tool, as I told you that it is used by the network administrators, particularly to analyze about the network, that what's going on in the network, and what different options can be used to know about different users which are using particular network, for example. And you can also know about the users or which may be suspicious, for example, which may be accessing particular services, or which may be accessing particular applications which they are not supposed to give permission to do that. And in this way you can have a number of other options as well to know about the users which could be possibly an intruder, or which could be possibly an attacker which can launch some sort of attack. So for example, as I also told you that also we do that for example, if we define some rules for a particular packet, and for example, if you say that if that particular source address should the user or the host with that particular address, for example, it should not be given an access to the system. So we define the rules for that. For example, we say that these different rules which are defined for that. So they are, for example, we say that we define it as like, for example, firewall rules we can define for that. That particular source address should not be given an access to the system. A particular source address should be given an access to the system. Or for example, if there's a particular source having particular IP address, and that has the particular want to access that particular application with particular port number, for example. So we want to allow that to access that, or we don't want to allow that to access that particular application. So in this way, we have a number of options for that to use that for particular user, so that we can filter this, or we can also define different rules for that. So uh, and as far as the assignment is concerned, so actually you can also do this network intrusion detection with the help of the firewall as well. But it's I as I give you the assignment to do on the synod, so you will define the different rules on the synod as well. So uh, if you want to do this as well uh, with the assignment, so this is actually to for your for your knowledge or for your experience to use different tools uh, to analyze the network, and to analyze different intrusions, different attacks, which is launched in the network, for example. So you can also do this with the help of the Wireshark as well. But the assignment, actually, as far as the assignment is concerned, so you are required to do that in this node. So okay, I'll upload them. Okay, is there any other question? Uh, the question is asked that you say that how hackers use the Wireshark. So actually, uh, uh, this is also one of the main tool which is used by the hackers as well. So if they want to see the details of the particular network, or if they want to see the detail of the particular users or particular system, for example, so they can use the Wireshark, because the most important task done by the hacker is that he is going to scan the network, for example, before launching any attack. So for scanning any network, so he needs the information about the network, from where data is coming, to which the data is going, for example. So he has to know the details about that. So once he know the details about that, then he can also launch some sort of attack on a particular system, or he can also launch some sort of you can say take on the network. So it's a very useful tool, and it's also used by some. It is also used by a hacker to launch some attacks on particular system. So as far as this tool is concerned, so attacker mainly used to analyze a particular network to know about uh, the different details of particular network or particular system, particular users that to which you can say they are sending the data, from which they are receiving the data, for example, are receiving the packets, or for example, what protocols they are using, and for example, how much length they are using. So he can once he know about these details, so he can easily launch different sort of attacks on the network. Okay, is there any other question? Actually, the thing is that uh, if you are as a, for example, as a network administrator, so he can prevent the user from scanning the network, which is actually which he finds could be a suspicious, which he finds could be an intruder, or which he finds could be an attacker. So if you, for example, if you say that if you have identified that particular source, the host with a particular source, this could be an intruder, or could be an attacker, which is attacking your system, or which is attacking your network. Then you can block that particular host or particular user, which is going to launch some sort of attacks. As we discussed, that there are the different attacks which can be launched by a particular user, like denial of service attack, distributed denial of service attack, like some other types of attacks. So you can see that particular host is launching some attack. Then you can prevent. Then you should prevent that. You should block that particular user, so that he cannot attack on the system, so that he cannot attack on the, you can say, a particular network. Yes, is there any other question? Okay, so that's for today. And if you find any difficulty regarding using this packet analyzer, so you can further discuss with me in the uh, next class as well. So as far as the exams are concerned, so I will tell you about the exams. I exactly don't know the date of the exam. Maybe it's possible conducted in August. So I will tell you whenever I got that information. So is there any other question? So I will tell you the information regarding the exams once I know about this, that how that would be conducted. So I will tell you about this. I will once I know about this, that how it would be, either it will be conducted online, or if the university is opening in August, then that would be conducted at that time. So I will tell you about this, uh, the details about it. Okay, so that's about today. So we will start some other topic in the next lecture.